Hey everybody. Hey, how's everybody doing? I know. I took my sweet time. I apologize. Let me make sure that everybody is here and attended for. I had to make sure that I had all the information in front of me before I. Yo, those are such clickbait fucking view. I, I, I hate clickbait. I hate it. I can't. I don't even want to clickbait a video. I just say it on my thing. I just say like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this, and this is bullshit. I'm not gonna go like, you won't believe what's coming, and I'm like, well, what's coming? And then you watch the video, and I'm like, nothing's coming. I'm like, fuck you. It has a picture of like, I don't know, like Donald Trump, and then like liberals mad, and I'm like, bro, is something coming or is nothing coming? And then I watch the video and I'm like, so nothing's coming. Okay, alright. Fuck. Okay. But, hey everybody, how's everybody doing? It's good to see you all. I am trying to make sure that I'm organized. And, yes, this is a black man who is late and, not organized. So, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Dez. It's like he was thinking it in his head. He just laughed it, and I'm like, all right, why would you do that? But it's good to see you all. We have Xbox layoffs and studios to talk about. We also have stuff to talk about on PlayStation and physical discs. Apparently, and this is so weird, that this is so weird that this is the second time that I'm right and Asmongold is wrong. But it's one of those rare moments where I know I'm right, and like, but the vast majority says vast majority are wrong. But in the same premise, we all have the same goal when it comes to ownership of the property that you purchase. We all want to own our shit. Full stop. So we will talk about that here soon. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Odyssey, and we're going to talk also about Exodus and what they have changed. Black man late. Shut the fuck up here. I see you, all right, bitch. Fuck you. Anyway, we are going to first of all, Dez, welcome aboard, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely, it's good to have you here. I hope you.
I was just hanging out and
yeah.
reading the chat, and I saw Tekla, Portuguese summertime delay, and I was like, I mean, the host is black, so
Let's start.
I'm just saying, like if I am ever invited to New Black Street, you can't say that I'm the one who's making the show start late.
Yo, their intros are so fucking long.
They take that's for a reason, man.
I think I want to say it in their chat, but I know I'm probably gonna get flamed for it. So I just leave and then I wait until they finally.
You know when you told me, Des, give me 30 minutes. That's the intro. That's what the intro's for. You play that shit for 30 minutes. And then you're always on time.
All right, well, let's talk about somebody else's problems, okay? Hypnotic shit is like 30 minutes, okay? New Black Street is like, what are we even talking about? Let's get to the conversation. And then we finally get into the conversation, and some of the conversations, I'm just like, are railroaded. And I'm just like, and Geeks and Gamers, bro, don't even start me with Geeks and Gamers.
I love how it just keeps getting longer and longer, because the more you stream, the more crazy shit's going to happen on your show, and so that means more clips for your intro. In 10 fucking years, the intro is going to be the show.
Like, pretty much like I love FNT. I love Friday Night Tights. Like, bro, so fucking hilarious. And they actually, like, when Gary like moves the conversation, he moves the conversation, and it's great. When I watch Geeks and Gamers, it's just dudes talking about shit, and I'm like, all right, we're not gonna have a conversation, are we? And then I think about it for a second. I was like, wait, actually, they never actually have talking points, because in the front of their like title, it's just like main event, and it doesn't have anything on there like, yo, we're gonna talk about this and this and this. FNT does, but not, you know, Geeks and Gamers. So to be fair, there's not really, they never had any talking points to begin with. But FNT, like,
it's just kind of that thing, and it's like, hey, welcome, it's another episode of Geeks and Gamers. You already know what it's going to be about, you already know how it's going to be, so get in here.
Yeah, and it's just Epic Mike and Fear the Beardo fucking lambasting each other, and I'm just like, here we go again. Vanilla Killer with the 50! And I'm like, oh my god, alright, whatever. But, it's good to have you all here. My channel's a little bit different. We will talk about shit, but we'll also get back on topic because we all love games. We all love our culture, our pop culture, and let's start off with the very first one, which is going to be Exodus. Now, Exodus, we were just talking about this before the stream started, and Exodus is a game that's made by Archetype. I think Archetype Entertainment. I think they're kind of new. But it was made by two people that made literally like LOTOR. Like, not wait.
Yeah,
that's Lord of the Rings. And then there's, no. That's, God, the acronyms. I play so many video games and watch so many movies. But they are the ones that made pretty much the Star Wars, you know, the Old Republic, and, you know, the one with Revan and all that stuff. They were the ones that were responsible for making the old BioWare games. And now they're coming out here trying to make like a newish sort of Mass Effect game with its own story. With really rich lore. Really rich lore. But the thing is, their publisher is Wizard of the Coast. Now, we're no stranger to the way Wizard of the Coast runs things, especially when it came to Larian Studios. Larian Studios also had problems with working with Wizard of the Coast, where things would like slow down depending on how they were working with each other with Wizard of the Coast and Larian Studios. There was quite a few people that got laid off during the making of, you know, Baldur's Gate 3. And now we're here again. This is a little bit different. Now we're here again with Exodus, where the main executive developer within this studio that was making Exodus left before the game was going to be made, which is a bad sign. That's a very bad sign. And he already came out and said, his name is James Olsen, and he already came out and said, yes, well, it's hard to be in the creative sphere of making a sort of, you know, a sci-fi game, but it's also really hard to balance that along with being the leader and of this said game. That's been 8+ years, I believe. The thing is, he went in knowing that what he was going to get himself into. And I think when it comes to having a team, it is very important to move things along. And when it comes to Wizard of the Coast, moving things along is kind of fucking difficult, you know? It's like, we gotta add some girl with blue and red hair and, you know, make her fucking make one-liner quips every fucking time. In actuality, there's actually one side character. It's the tomboy character in the Exodus trailer. Her name, I forgot her fucking name. All of these companions within Exodus are forgettable. Mm-hmm. But I remember that one tomboy lady, she had blue and pink hair for like transgender bullshit or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But that was like a year ago. Now, she's just got brown hair. And I'm thinking to myself, these niggas walked into 2026 and saw everything and was like, change that bitch's hair. All right, change that bitch's hair. We still need to make money. And so they're really trying their best to make a new sci-fi game that will, remind you of Mass Effect. But here's the thing, though. We've already seen the gameplay reveal, and the gameplay, it's hit or miss. It could use some work. It's a little bit clunky, in my opinion. But but all we've seen is just bare bones Mass Effect. Very bare bones. The conversations you have, each conversation requires a timer. Nope, that's incorrect. I apologize. That's incorrect. Not everything requires a timer when you're making a decision to talk to somebody, but there's not really much choice when it comes to having a conversation within this game called Exodus. And I'm like, well, fuck. There's no, I mean, I know there's not going to be Paragon and Renegade. There's not going to be, but there's not going to be anything where like, oh, I'm an engineer, so I'm going to answer engineer things, or I'm a soldier, I get to say this. And then I hear that you're going to have the same fucking phase gun with you. I was wondering why the main character kept on having the same gun, only to find out that gun is important to you and you need that gun. And I'm just like, okay then, alright, but what about the companions? The companions are basically Dragon Age the Veilguard light. Okay? This is like, hey, you like Veilguard minus the trans? That would be nice. Well, here's Exodus, okay? You're still gonna get that quirky Balara shit, and you do. You already have that. Mm-hmm. But
I don't remember barely any of them.
Yep.
And it was like last month that they showed it, right?
Yeah, last month. As a matter of fact, didn't we get a trailer on like Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, and we saw those? We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna bring that up right now. As a matter of fact, because I do need to talk about this character customization, which is a big problem. But we're gonna bring up a Mass Effect trailer that we saw on TV, and it's gonna be funny. All right. Mass Effect 2 trailer. 16 years ago. Oh my god, I'm old. Oh my god, I'm old. Okay, I'm old. Jesus. Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that. Oh my god, I'm old. There should be a... I remember this! Oh my god! We're doing this. Yeah, this was the reveal trailer. I remember this. We got bits of it every single time. Before we talk about this, I want to add this. Oh my gosh. Stop that one. Boom. Oh my god, I'm old. Okay, so hopefully the volume is loud enough. There would be little snippets of Mass Effect 2 Fight for the Lost TV commercials that would come out of nowhere, and I'd be like, oh Dad, look, that's what I want. And my dad was like, shut up, nerd. And
humans are disappearing.
Is this volume on?
Yep.
Okay.
That can't happen. Now, the fate of humanity lies in the hands of an assassin. A savage. A loyalist. A psychopath. They don't expect us to survive. But that never stopped me before.
Don't mistake.
I remember this. I remember each one. And I was just like, bro, Dad, I want this. And I was just like, I don't know what this game is. We'll go later. That's what parents do. They're like, I don't know. I mean, it's like, as long as you're not doing any drugs. That's basically what my dad says. Like, are you doing crime? Or are you doing drugs? Okay, we'll think about it. Did you save your money? And these are the trailers that you would get. You would get small snippets of these characters, like my boy here, Thane, and he'd be like, I'm an assassin, but I'm also a religious man. I do what I need to do because I'm dying. And then he would just leave. And of course they wouldn't say that in the commercial, like that he's dying. But basically, you get what I'm saying? Where you would get little snippets of cool versions of these characters, and you're just like, I don't know who this man is, but I trust him with my fucking life.
Take me for a common soldier. I act alone. I act without mercy. I bring death to those who deserve it. And occasionally, to those who do not. Sometimes I feel regret. Sometimes I feel remorse. But most of the time, I feel nothing.
Jesus Christ. It was like, but most of the time, I feel nothing. I'm like, bro, sign him up into my team. When I played Mass Effect for the first time, only to find out that this game, Mass Effect 2 is so fucking short, it pisses me the fuck off. Because there's moments where they move the story forward, and I'm like, no, I want to do more stuff. But the replayability in this game is so massive. We're gonna finish this whole thing. I don't give a fuck. Okay?
I was chosen for this mission because killing is an art, and I am a master.
I'm joining Shepard.
Yo. I miss this.
He trusts his instincts. I like that. Me? I'm here to kill.
See, my dad saw these trailers, and he was like, oh, okay, alright, I can get this. Until one of the females came up. Until one of the females came up. Hold up.
If he tells me to kill, I'm gonna kill. If he tells me to fire, I'm gonna fire. If he tells me to stop, I'll stop. Eventually.
Eventually.
I'm joining Shepard. Not because I love humans, but because I love to fight.
I don't have patience for incompetence, or recklessness, or heroes.
My dad saw this and he's like, whoa, son, what are you playing? What the fuck is going on? And I was like, Dad, it's about space! I swear! Dad, it's about space! It's about facing fighting for what's right! I swear! He's like, does she need to fight in high heels? And I'm like, yes, it's for space! just make up something. Just...
This mission might seem insane, and the odds of survival might be low, but I will achieve success. Because of this crew, or in spite of it. I'll follow Shepard's orders. I'll follow him into battle. But he'll have to fight to earn my trust.
This mission to save a race.
Bro, Mordin, bro. Bro, Mordin. Mordin, when I first saw this, I was like, who the fuck is this? And then I played the game and I was like, my mistake. I was like, who the fuck is this? I don't give a fuck. And then I played the game. We all played the game. And you're like, ah, okay, alright.
Is my penance for destroying one. But Commander Shepard has my allegiance to count on. He has my skills at his disposal. Mine.
By the way, notice that each and every dialogue is like, they don't treat you like an adult. They're edgy. They can be funny. And they don't overwhelm you with not only information, but they don't overwhelm you with quirkiness. Like those individuals that work at these companies that obviously have never wrote any sort of book at all. Like, they'll be like, yo, I love Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, well, how much of Lord of the Rings do you like? Okay. All right. So how much do you like Star Wars? And so I'm like, it's all the fan fiction Tumblr people came into the video game space. And now we got to deal with it. Now we got characters going like, it's like, huh, makes you think, huh? And I'm like, so to speak. And I'm like, who the fuck says this? Every fucking time. It reminds me of the Skyrim video game of the modern era videos that you guys gave me. It's like, where, kind of like with, even Baldur's Gate 3 had some fuck-ups, where you would hang out with the boys, and then all of a sudden they want to fuck you in the ass. And you're like, who came up with this? And then Larian Studios is like, it was Wizards of the Coast. It was them. It was them. It was them. It was, trust me.
Expertise. I have done my part for peace. But I have also...
And I could even give respect to fucking Cyberpunk 2077, because not only did the females and the males and the companions like have like, you know, substance to them, they were also real, they were funny at times, they were sad at times, but also they had agency of who they like. This whole idea where it's just like, well, all the characters can just fuck anything. Ugh. And I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. That's fucking disgusting. Because you can go up to any Baldur's Gate character and be like, "Hi," and they're like, "Well, I'm gay now. I guess that's what I am. I guess I'm straight." And you got no sort of like they always talk about like agency of people's bodies, and then they go to the Baldur's Gate 3 characters and be like, anybody, you have to fuck anybody because you can't say no. That's what it kind of feels like with the Baldur's Gate characters in Baldur's Gate 3, where in Cyberpunk some girls like guys, some girls like girls. And, you know, vice versa and that sort of thing. Where in Baldur's Gate 3, and probably in this Exodus game, it's sort of like, well, since you're talking to me now, I have to like you. That's what it feels like, bro. That's what it feels like. Even Asterion was looking at me. He even tackled me when I first saw him. I was like, what the fuck?
Naked.
I'm not into that. Naked. Yep.
Done my share of killing. I will join Shepard to save the humans. I will fight for the lost.
I'm not fighting for humans. That's Shepard's job.
This was when my little brother was just like, what's this game called? My brother's like, I only play Madden and skateboard games. And then he saw this chick and he was like, so you fight with aliens. He's like started asking stupid questions like, so wait a minute, do I have to play the first game?
He's deliberate, patient. It pisses me off.
I like how they were like, all right, if we're going to put this on TV at the Super Bowl, we got to hide this lady's tits, okay? All right, listen, we used to be a society. We used to be a country, but we got to hide them. It's going to be on TV.
He knows what he wants. So do I. But when I see what I want, I take it. Shepard, he's gonna think about it. I guess that's why he's commander. Like I said, pisses me off.
I like how a lot of people were just saying, yo, this intergalactic game, I'm pissed off. I'm sick and tired of bald chicks. And then I was like, Jack from Mass Effect 2. I'm sick and tired of some bald chicks. They were like, listen, I'm sick and tired of bald chicks. Jack from Mass Effect 2. I'm sick and tired of some bald chicks.
I'm not fighting for Shepard. I'm not fighting for anyone. I'm fighting because that's what I was made for.
I think that was the last one. But yeah. Okay, alright, you're playing too much. But yes, that's what you're pretty much seeing. And then you get to this. Then you get to Exodus. Exodus, their trailer. Not that fucking weird-ass trailer that nobody cares about. Let's talk about the official reveal trailer. That doesn't really give much. You need to make people excited for your game. And you don't show the companions, you show them and they don't say anything in the trailer. Let's see, this one's from this one. So let's show it because maybe some people don't know about it, and that's fair because they don't show much.
I pretty much forgot all about him.
Exactly. Okay. Also, I have to add,
Who are you?
the characters, the enemies that you fight in this game are so unimaginative. Like, they have no sort of soul to them. Like, I see this and I'm just like, okay, those could be the Reapers, but are there any raiders? Are there... I think there might be raiders into this game. Yeah, there are raiders, but there's nobody that has a semblance of ownership. When you see the Blue Suns, you know exactly what those niggas are about. Or the red... I forgot the red boys. Or the yellow... God. There's the yellow ones in Mass Effect, and there's the Blue Suns. I forgot. There's so many of them. Okay? The Vorcha, when you see the Vorcha, you know exactly what you're gonna get. A bunch of fucking weird-ass gremlin fucking people. But I see this, and I'm just like, big guy. Yeah, you fight the big guy.
Who are you?
I'm a friend.
Celestials are the enemy of humanity. A relentless threat to our very...
I gotta say something about this open world, man. First of all, you got Bionicles for us to face. Thank God. Oh man, Bionicles. That's exactly. It's like another weapon to add to my collection. Looking motherfucker over here. I mean, I'm looking at the world and I'm like, I'm looking at this world and it looks like I can only talk to 2 niggas. Like, I see the backdrop, and I'm like, wow, this place looks big. And I'm like, I bet it's only as big as where this motherfucker's walking, and you can only talk to 2 people. One of them is going to say some dumb shit, and then another person is going to be an elephant that sells pots! And that's... You remember that, Dez. I'm not even lying, chat. That's actually in the game. You're in the future, and there's an elephant selling pots.
This threat to our very survival.
I can't do this anymore. Salvaging scraps just to get by.
Also, with that giant wolf, I didn't see the giant wolf fighting. So you got this giant wolf that follows you everywhere, and it won't fight for you. And I'm like, okay, you can bring this person, and I'm like, okay, you got a cool giant wolf that you can talk to and connect with and have a conversation with. And I'm like, so what kind of abilities does the wolf have? Oh, the wolf doesn't come with you. And I'm like, is the reason that the wolf is not in combat because you don't want to see animals get hurt? That is so Wizard of the Coast. That is so, oh my... So I can fight a giant bear, but we can't hurt the puppy. We can bring the squid along, but I can't bring the puppy.
Child of Orion, fulfill the purpose for which you were crafted.
Who is that? And he's gonna touch me. Apparently my character doesn't care.
And seize your destiny.
Our world is dying. You are the only one who can wield celestial tech and find a cure.
Go back. What was the last game that nobody played where somebody had magical abilities with his hands? I think the game with the ugly ass fucking muscular bitch. I think the game was something Avernum or something like that, where you could use different magic things with different colors. If nobody knows, that's bad, because you got this motherfucker doing the same exact thing. Oh shit!
The Immortals of Avium?
Immortals of Avavium. That's the game. And now you got this game where you're doing the same exact thing, where the green does the green things, the blue does the blue things, the red does the red thing, and the purple probably makes you gay. You got the same thing! I'm over here like, bro, you made a game not for men. definitely not for women. Made it for somebody. Like, let's just keep going. Let's keep.
You are the only one
Sell me at the
who
game.
can wield celestial tech and find a cure.
You talk about the celestial tech like it's so great when all this motherfucker does is make a shield, a cover, and a pole so he can rise up and go to another bridge. That's
And
the
breaks rocks.
Rocks. That's
Yeah.
that's right.
You can
Rocks.
also break rocks.
Exactly. You couldn't think of one small cool idea that he could do with his celestial tech. One. I'll just make up one right now. Okay, celestial tech, huh? What if he could if he's outside in like space, or like probably inside of a building. No, you know what? Better yet, he could only use this ability if the stars can see him.
The
And
fucking
so-
chat.
What?
But he
I
just
love-
moved shit with his mind.
Move shit with his mind. He just moved shit with his mind. I'm just like, it's like Lego Star Wars on 3DS did that exact, bro.
What I immediately
Chat.
think about with something like this is your power shouldn't be moving around rocks and shit. Like maybe do something like Dishonored. The type of the type of powers that you had in Dishonored, like linking humans together, killing them all in one hit, or
Literally
just
your
placing
celestial
you with
powers.
somebody, or time powers.
What if you
Just
can?
weird shit, because none of this is weird. It just feels like, I don't know, a fucking power tool.
I feel like kids could come up with a cooler idea and be like, yo, it's celestial powers. So what if he used the power of the stars to come crashing down on his enemies? That sounds fucking dope. It sounds cool. Literally, Thanos did that in Endgame, where he just dragged the stars down and it pilfered his enemies. And I was like, yo, that's cool. And then these motherfuckers just said, bro, you could make a shield, bruh. And I'm like,
And I understand, like, the genre of the game that they're making. They probably can't do too much in terms of, like, making the celestial gauntlet be this super amazing thing that allows you to play with physics or whatever. But then, I don't know, maybe figure out another way to incorporate it into the game. Like in the original Mass Effect trilogy, there was that special thing about Shepard where he could interact with the Prothean beacons. He was special because of that.
yeah, that's
You
definitely...
don't need gameplay to be special. If you got this engine that's very restrictive and you can't do crazy shit, do crazy shit with a narrative.
Yeah, do crazy stuff with the narrative. That's smart. That's smart. And it's just like, this game is definitely missing its edge in creativity, which is weird because the lore, if you read these books, it's got some heavy fucking lore that they could tie to the game. But I just keep on seeing like low effort. Okay, you fight a big guy and he shoots a beam out of his like neck socket, and I'm like, who said that? Who said that's cool? Let's just keep going. But that's, yeah. It's crazy that they made telekinesis gay and lame, especially how abused it's been used in garbage games. Well, it's literal science that this is sci-fi. And so you can play with the whole... They've already played with sci-fi in the books. I just feel like that they're holding all that crazy stuff in the books. And then they just said, how about we just have a game where you're in space and you shoot people? And I'm just like, so what are you going to do about the lore? And what about having conversation? I sense no RPG, by the way. I sense zero RPG. There is action, there's definitely adventure, but there is no semblance of an RPG in this game. Give more melee. That's what I'm saying. They have a melee, but it's poorly done.
Well, that's terrifying.
And I'll be honest, that giant Mass Effect relay was kind of cool. The way the visuals, they look nice, but it's just like, what is there in this game? There's too many moments within Exodus that we've seen the gameplay reveal where they're just like, yo, that looks cool. Like, everything seems like... It seems like we're in a museum. Like, You walk around, you see crazy stuff in the distance, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I could interact with that. Anyway, moving on, and I'm just like, that's it? You make this cool thing in the backdrop, in the skybox, and I'm just like, shit, crazy. Are we gonna go inside that derelict ship and find some loot? No, we're gonna keep on moving. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
But with the right ship and the right crew, you could.
This is the chick that I was talking about, by
and
the
the
way.
right crew.
I think her over there, she had blue, like she looks nice now, but she had blue and fucking red hair, and they were just like, all right, just make this bitch like Halle Berry. We can't fuck up right now. We're losing money. All right, make her look like Halle Berry. But there's nothing much alleviating and giving us anything within this trailer. But the latest news that we got from them, and I'll show you right now, because we do want to keep on going. The latest news that they got, since this is not an RPG at all, character customization has been widely discussed since our reveal. As we continue to reveal more about our game, we want to be upfront and transparent with you about where character customization stands. They're not trying to make an RPG. They are making an action adventure game. It's just a dude or a lady doing Exodus stuff and then moving on. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's much room for choice. I have a strong feeling that a lot of the choices that you make in this game won't even fucking matter. This has been a long journey, and along the way, we made a creative decision to build a more defined character. They don't even explain why. Our customization feature set is focused on a curated options rather than a full slider-based character creator. This means June will have more established look with options including hairstyles, facial hair, hair color, eye color, makeup, and tattoos. We're excited to pull back the curtain and give sneak peeks at some of those customization options in the Exodus Discord. I don't know why you would do it on the Exodus Discord. Why don't you show it on YouTube? Over the next few months, we hope we'll see how it fits into our vision for June, while still giving you a flexibility to bring some of our own style to the character. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. A lot of people are upset about it. A lot of people are upset.
It's kind of contradictory, you know. They're talking about flexibility, but this is obviously about there not being much to customize at all.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a weird post.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They don't want to sound negative because they want to sell the game, but
yeah. We were at a moment around Dragon Age the Veilguard where they took the choices from us, and now we're in this new era where they took the choices from us. so it's just like Dragon Age the Veilguard, no choices, and now we have BioWare devs giving us no choices at all again. And this might be Wizard of the Coast. I don't think this is James Olin's idea. I don't think so. He's not in the picture anymore. But this will be your June. Dantix says, I understand why. The characters appear to be heavily performance captured, and it seems Archetype wants to preserve the original actors' performances. Do you honestly think that people actually care about that? Do you honestly think? If that's your art style,
didn't even look that good, honestly. For this excuse, it just did not look like. If you want to give me an excuse like this, you need to give me a game that looks like, I don't know, like Mafia: The Old Country or old Naughty Dog games.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
like you got us waiting for 8 years to play this game, and you're talking about like fucking performances and motion capture. We've played games where motion capture and lip syncing didn't even fucking matter to us until we fucking started playing PS4 games or the like, and then we were like, oh, what? Were we the ones that cared about lip syncing, or was it the developers cared about lip syncing? Who was it? Who cared about that first? I'm so curious.
The lip sync, I guess it depends on the game, but the lip syncing, like, it depends, because there used to be ways where you could make it look just like fucking enough, you know what I mean? Just as long as you're doing a no sound and your mouth sounds like looks like a little bit of a donut thing where it sounds like you're going oh, that's all you need. If you're doing an A sound and your mouth is a little bit, that's all you needed. If it didn't look like that, I would also not enjoy it, to be fair. Like, if I'm playing a game and I see that, for example, the character's talking but the lips stop moving, it looks fucking weird.
Yeah, like...
But then there was this obsession where the developers wanted to, like, show the tongue twisting inside of the mouth, and like if you do a th sound and you have the tongue up there by the teeth. And
what did you say in your video about Peach Fuzz?
Fucking Peach Fuzz on their ass cheeks. So I was fucking frustrated by the idea already. Like, we don't need that much shit.
Hulk said, Last of Us really ruined gaming. Everything has to be like a movie for the studio. Nothing seems to have charm and creativity anymore. I agree with you. And there are certain people that can pull it off, like Hideo Kojima. But there's some people where I'm just like, bro, you're being fucking annoying. Like the Peach Fuzz with fucking... Like... Aloy already looked perfect in the first game, and then the second game they were just like, she's gotta have moles and shit. And I'm like, what are we... She's gotta eat cake and shit. And I'm like, what are we doing? And so now we're in this literally Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic literally has characters that kind of have... Like, the way they speak, the things that they say is actually way more important than their mouths move, but their mouths move. So you can miss me with this whole perfect example. If their lip syncs very well, does that really matter when they're talking about like I'm a they, not a she?
Would rather not have that in a fucking game at all.
He's like, oh, that must mean you're Talfa Shoff. No, mother. And then the developers are like, look at the lip syncing. I'm like, fuck the lip syncing. What the fuck are they talking about? Like, if they're saying cringe, weird, fucking gay shit, like, I'm not even thinking about the motion capture. You know, I'm not thinking about like the fucking lips and shit. Like, it's all about the writing. It's all about the dialogue. It's that sort of thing where it's just like very important. Like, KOTOR will be remembered. This game, Exodus, it's not going to be remembered. I'm sorry, it's just not going to be remembered. And the fact is that they already got a template for a sci-fi game, and they're not fucking using it. They see Mass Effect, and they're like, what gave a wide-ranging appeal to a lot of fans that made people want to go to Mass Effect? Okay. Let's not do that. And I'm like, that's the shit I'm talking about. That's the real shit that makes me angry. Is that they make these stupid ideas to be like, man. Like we got these fucking influencers saying like, I get it. No, nigga, I don't fucking get it. They're just allergic to fucking money. I'm sorry, but I can't... Listen, I know I'm a YouTuber. I got it. But I can only be an... I don't want to be an advertisement, okay? I don't want to be a walking, talking advertisement. Because I know how these YouTubers will talk. They'll be just like, well, actually, if you think about it, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I'm like, nigga, you're just making room so Capcom can talk to you later and be like, hey, would you like to be in our new podcast? Like, that kind of shit. I know that they're trying to, they're like about to talk about the certain thing that everybody's pissed about, and then they go completely neutral, and I'm just like, nigga, pick a lane. Like, you know, this is not something that people want. This is, you know, like, I feel like there's good potential within Exodus, but I feel like they're not even using it. Like, everybody came into Exodus believing that it's going to be something like you pulled in 2 massive RPG fucking kings that made KOTOR, and you just said, we're gonna make an action adventure game. And I'm just like, no wonder the nigga left. No wonder he left. He was just like, oh, 2 guys that know how to make RPGs? Let's bring them in and make them not make an RPG. And I'm like, bro, that is so... I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because I know these ideas are coming from Wizard of the Coast, and it's just a crying shame because, like, how much is this game going to be honest? Like, how much is it?
And will they even have another chance?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. I'm... The only people that I'm worried about are the people that worked on BioWare on this game. Thank God Mark Dara's not in this game because it would have been even worse. But I don't know. I do not know. Barv. Pulling a Barv. Yeah. Bring in the talent. Only to force them out with their bullshit. Yeah, that's rude. You know what that kind of reminds me of? That kind of reminds me of the author of The Witcher. And yeah, you can have a conversation where it's just like, I didn't think you guys were gonna be like. You can have that conversation where you didn't think Wild Hunt 3 was gonna be successful. And if I was working there and be like, he's like, hey, we made a deal already. He's like, well, I didn't think it was going to be so big. It's like, hey, listen, we're going to be doing more stuff with The Witcher. And we're going to need your help. For this, do you want to up the ante? Do you want more money for this? Because we've already set this in stone. He's like, because, you know, we already set this in stone. He's like, okay, for the DLCs, yeah, I'd like to get a little bit more money. Okay, we're going to give you a little bit more money, but we want you to work at it. We want you to work hard at it. And it's like, okay, deal, done, business, awesome. And so now we're in this moment, like within Witcher 4, where they're just like, we don't want to talk to the author. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? You guys are Polish. He's Polish. Why the fuck are you doing this to your own people? What the fuck is?
No, they're not Polish. They're Polish and Californian now.
Oh man, you speak the truth, bro. You're not wrong.
They
bro.
got dual citizenship now. Just like the Netflix people who didn't want to speak to the author, now they also don't want to speak to the author.
They've got these fucking anchor babies working at Cyberpunk. Oh my gosh. Oh, bro. And also, CD Projekt Red, I'm sorry. Only bring hot bitches within your podcast, okay? Don't be bringing these fat uglies into here, okay? You can't be going like, yo, see all these hot characters in Cyberpunk? Yeah, that's Phantom Liberty, and then they go straight back to the fucking people working on the game, and I'm like, ugh! It's like, bro, just hire some... They used to do that back in the day. They would only have the big, fat, hairy dudes saying like, yeah, we worked all day on it. And now they got the fucking community people, and I'm just like, this bitch looks like a fat tub of cotton candy. I'm like, thank God I'm working while listening, so I don't have to see this shit. And by the way, this is how a normal person thinks. Okay, I know I'm being kind of, you know, a dick, but this is how normal people think. Don't be sending me out on a podcast and be like, yo, we got a new DLC coming out. And I'm like, cool, who's this bitch? I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. You can't be bringing me in here. You can't be bringing me in here and be like, yo, just show me the game and then leave. Okay? I'm sorry. That's just hire some like hot chicks and be like, yo, we got a good game for you. I mean, even the what's it called? The Dawn Walker. You got a nice, pretty like some random YouTuber and then a nice, pretty looking brunette lady, and I was like, boom, awesome. She looks nice. She looks good. She puts her makeup on, and then they showed me blood and guts, and I'm like, cool, I'll buy the game. Awesome, cool, awesome.
You're a simple man.
I'm a simple man. He's like, bro, it's a video game, not a fucking audio book, okay? If it was an audio book, bring all the fat bitches. Because you want to know why?
We all know why.
It's like,
we already know what the fucking book is about, too.
The same thing for me, bro. I'll be doing audio stuff. If I'm making a video game, it's all going to be audio. And be like, I'm going to show you my video game, and you're just going to hear audio of me, because you don't want to see my ugly face. You want to see the gameplay. You'll be like, yes, welcome to my game. It's an RPG with choices, and yeah, check this out. And then I'll shut my ass up and show you the game. That's what I would do. But I'm not going to fucking flashbang you with my fucking crooked ass teeth, and you're like, God! Cue the, Idris Elba choking on some fucking wings. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not that mean, okay? Alright, so let's move over to the big one. The big one. Okay. Alright, thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you so much. Honestly, I don't think low-level bitches have any part from agreeing with those designs. It's like, listen, I've seen the people that play Final Fantasy XIV. They always make hot fucking women. That they just do. They play the bunny chicks. They play the cat girls, and how did people sound when their Pokemon Go character was turned into that fucking weird shit? They were pissed. Like, men were pissed, but women were pissed because they had like an attractive fucking Pokemon like trainer in your Pokemon Go, and then they changed it for a modern audience, and women were mad. The uglies, the hotties, all of them were mad. They were actually more mad than the women. I mean, than the men. If you think about it. But that's what I'm saying. I was like, it's like, don't underestimate. Don't underestimate like good looks in like video games, because it's a video game. Anyway, we are here to talk about PlayStation and their choice to, it's a choice, all right, to, where are we at? There we go. Not that one. Dez is gonna get pissed at that one. That'll be for later. Okay, so PlayStation has finally made a decision to move away from physical discs. This is very bad for all consumers, whether or not you're buying digital or you're buying physical. This is all bad. And if you disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. This is all bad. It all sucks. Right now, we're about to have a conversation between how much, like, right now we're about to have a conversation on the way this sucks. This doesn't really matter, but we're all gamers. We should probably find a way to get the government involved and get some actually consumer practices. They're already getting a lawsuit attached to them, and more power. It's like, thank God. And so it's surprising to me to notice that the former CEO of PlayStation, who was, responsible with the whole PlayStation 4, literally was just having a conversation about, like, hey, it's like, He's like, when you own the disc, he's like, you own the game. It is yours in full perpetuity. And then he sees this thing go on with PlayStation 5 with the new CEO, and he's just wondering what the fuck is going on. So now we're in this sort of moment where PlayStation keeps on getting community noted, where he's saying, this is a new community note because PlayStation is trying to run away from this shit. It's gigantic levels of like fucking backlash. It's talking about phasing out of physical PlayStation media raises anti-consumer concerns. There was already anti-consumer concerns, but this one just amplified it. They just came out and said, here's Ghost of Yotei that flopped. Here's Concord that flopped. Here's Highguard that flopped. Here's all these other live services that flopped. Now pay us more money because we're not getting money because we're giving you bad games, but we want you to pay more money. So basically all this is basically they're doing a tighter net around how much money they can get. That's it. This is not a physical versus digital thing. This is all just PlayStation saying we don't give a fuck about either one of you. Hell, Rockstar doesn't give a fuck about you. Phasing out of PlayStation media raises anti-consumer concerns, chiefly the loss of game ownership. Moving entirely digital means users buy revocable licenses rather than permanent assets, allowing Sony to pull access at will while eliminating resale and preservation. I'm actually really glad that they put this community note like that, the way he said it. I was hoping that they weren't going to say like, oh, they could what you could get banned and you can't access your game. No, they could literally take your game at will, just at will. They just like, oh man, it's a Tuesday, goodbye. That's it. That's what they got on there. As a matter of fact, there's actually new information saying that within 36 months of you not being on like PlayStation or online on PlayStation, you can literally lose everything completely on your account. Your account is just gone after 36 months. And that's the biggest one. And so
it's fucking crazy, that one.
Yeah, that's the
worst part is that it's the same thing with this community note. When I was just reading it as well, and anybody who wants to be, I don't know, just a fucking idiot basically can just be like, but this is obvious. Whenever you buy something digital, you buy a license that can be revoked at any time, which is partly what Asmongold also talks about and everything. It's like, you never owned anything. We get it, but the problem is that when you buy something digitally, of course you're buying a license, but there's got to be some sort of security there. When I buy something on Steam, I don't have this weird thing that's making me believe that one day the piece of media is not going to be there anymore because I don't see them pushing for anything anywhere. But on Xbox and PlayStation, it's different. I see them pushing for digital. I see them pushing for subscriptions.
And we're aware that we're aware of Steam doing the whole license thing within Steam. We're aware of that. That's why, like, perfect example, Rockstar believes in the same thing that PlayStation believes. And the thing about, like, Rockstar is that they want you to pay a whole price. PlayStation wants you to pay a whole price. This is not some sort of like, nobody's really using discs anymore. No, this is a control thing. This is I want you to perpetually pay thing. I don't want discounts sort of thing. For instance, does anybody talk about
collectors? Because they can sell
and a collection
and get way more money. No,
that's a culture thing as well with collectors, because you bring up a good point about collecting. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was talking about the collector's editions. I think they're still going to do those. It's just that they're not going to give you a disc. They're going to give you a code in the box, or they're going to do the thing that some of them already do, where there's no game in the collector's edition. Because they can sell you those far higher than the value of the game. collector's editions are usually a goddamn fucking, you know, they're pretty. They're pretty steep, and I think they're going to keep doing that shit because. And if you go and you account the amount of people who buy them, it's also not even comparable to digital. It doesn't have anything to do with that, and really, you're just providing a service.
Yeah.
If I don't buy your fucking Marathon, which nobody's buying Marathon, doesn't that mean that you know, the people I've spoken and we don't want your live service bullshit? It should mean that. Why is Sony not you know, taking that shit down and moving Bungie to keep working on Destiny then?
And also, like,
because
you
it
bring
has
up
nothing to do with consumer preference.
You bring up a good point because PlayStation was probably in that conversation as well, because PlayStation owns Bungie. They were probably in that same room saying, "Oh, stick to Marathon and forget about Destiny? That's a good idea. Write that down." They were in that same. They perpetually own Bungie, and that was their thought. They don't care about laying off people. It's like, I don't care about laying off people. I think anybody that was useless should fucking go. I mean,
and I
these
bet
are
that they have a lot invested into Marathon. I bet that there's a lot of content in Marathon that's basically like half done or, you know, in progress.
But
and
that's
they
the
need
thing,
that
though.
Shit. It's like sunk cost fallacy.
And that's the thing, though, is that these sort of developers and CEOs and investors and all these people, they don't know what the hell fun is. They don't know what cool is. And that's the problem, because they keep on bringing out these games with ugly, fucking, disgusting looking characters talking about, like, yo, we're going to eat the rich. Yeah, we're going to steal some loot. And yeah, we're going to do some skins where it, you know, we're going to do skins every 3 or 2 months, and, like, you get loot, but later on we take all your loot, and then you have to get loot again. Extractions, am I right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Extractions are literally for a niche audience. This is a great idea. And so I think this is a point within culture where these sort of people, these developers too, investors, CEOs, all these sort of people have completely lost the plot. Like those people with High Guard. They completely lost the plot at what fun is and what creativity and what risk is. They don't like risk anymore. But they really do love mid games. They love lukewarm games. They want games that are safe. And they think, ah, man, this is going to sell. No, bitch. Your shit ain't gonna sell. You mean to tell me that you're willing to take away people's ownership with, and then give people God of Laufey? Are you serious right now? You came out and said, let me show you how much you own nothing. Anyway, buy GTA 6 $100, please. At the same time, like, at a business perspective, none of this makes sense. You're not even good at hiding shit. Like, they're just coming out and saying it. And then Hulk says, did you see that some people that have games on disc are losing their progress in the games on PS? I did see that. I actually saw a video about it. It's really fucking suspicious. And Des brought up something that I was kind of like, what the fuck about? Apparently, they stole over 550 plus digital movies and TV shows from people within PlayStation 5. And I'm just like, I do want to have a conversation about
that's where I was going to go. That's where I was going a little bit ago, because it's when I buy something on Steam, I don't see anyone trying. I just don't see any bullshit.
Yeah.
And with PlayStation, you see so much bullshit, and Xbox too. And now you see them do this with movies. And how are people who are within PlayStation, who are fans of the platform, how are we supposed, which I'm included, of course, because I got a PS5, how am I supposed to feel secure that you're not going to do the same thing with a few games?
Yeah. Yeah, like, this is, well, if you're going to do it to movies, why not you do it to games? I mean,
the same shit. It's a digital license.
I don't know why Asmongold brought this up, and I love Asmongold. I think he's a smart dude. But how is it that that
It's
oh yeah
confusing for
yeah
example.
it's a good idea because nobody's really doing anything with physical. He brought up at first. I like how he like moved things from like he moved things from like, well, nobody's doing like barely anybody's doing physical, only to find out that there is actually merit to having physical. There's actually a good reason to have physical. Now he's moving over to physical, like, I'm letting you guys know that physical is basically the same thing as digital, and you honestly don't own it. And then I'm like, okay, so it's not about physical, it's actually about ownership, and we need to put incentives within, like, you know, letting the government know, like, hey, we're not getting consumer practices. We can have that conversation about consumer practices 100%, how they need to change things within the servers and people owning games and owning their disc. Absolutely 100,000% agree. But when you come out and say something like this right here,
it's just this is what makes me so mad about this. Just because you buy a digital version doesn't mean that you should be giving up any of your consumer rights.
I agree.
And this concept and this dichotomy between physical and digital editions, and that the digital editions, they're just almost assumed that you have less ownership of them, is bullshit.
The whole thing with PlayStation 5, let's let him repeat it, just in case I don't understand it.
Assumed that you have less ownership of them is bullshit.
Yeah, you don't have less or more ownership on digital. You just don't own these games perpetually if you're buying it on digital. However, within physical, I'm able to, hey Dez, I saw that you had Dying Light the Beast on PlayStation the disc. Can I borrow that, please?
Yeah,
and
like
he's like, here you go.
I borrowed 007 First Light to my brother. He's been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I borrowed Hell Is Us to my cousin. It's like, it's different.
It's completely different.
Like, my shit is right here with me on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And if my console, if Sony doesn't deliberately brick my console,
yeah,
in 10 fucking years, I can grab these games and I can put the disc in the console and I can play them, provided it's one of those cases where the game is on the disc, which I also accept that there are some games now that don't do that. Like, for example, Assassin's Creed, etc. Ubisoft just kind of puts a little bit of data on the disc and then download. That's, in that case, you're fucked. You're never going to... You don't own them. You do need the PlayStation to fucking download the damn thing. It's tied to a server.
Yeah, I understand the whole server concept too as well. I like how Here Cuz I'm Bored said, I don't think Asmongold ever reconsidered resale, and that's a true thing too. Right now,
he's been a BC guy all his life, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because GameStop is dead after this. GameStop is hella dead after this, because Xbox is gonna do it too, where like this whole thing is going to be a sort of like you have
these little stores, dude, and it breaks my fucking heart.
It
because
does.
They don't even just sell you games; they sell merch from anime, from video games.
Yeah, Funko Pops. Yeah.
If you just take that shit, well, fuck the Funko Pops. I just bought a fucking lamp. That it's a Lord of the Rings lamp. It's a ring, and there's LEDs inside of it, and the dark speech on the ring lights up. I like that kind of shit. And if these stores close because they don't have enough business to move on with video games, everything's going to close down.
Well, yeah, and it's a very sad thing to see, is because we always have this. We can have this song and dance between like ownership, but let's be honest, what we had in the early 2000s and the 90s was fucking perfect. And he'll agree with me on this, where like it was fucking perfect. Not only did we have great games, but we also owned these said games. All those people that showed their games, this constant CDs and everything, all those people that showed their games after what Asmongold said, these individuals own those games. He had this sort of conversation out of nowhere like, well, we need to know what ownership is. I mean, if someone came into your house and beat you up and took your games, and do you actually own it? And I'm like, okay, I understand the whole might makes right, but can we back up on the whole philosophical bullshit for once? It's like it's like, do I need the philosophical nonsense right now? No, I don't want that right now.
Fucking retarded.
All I care about right now is the fact that what we already had was actually something very special. And that is a piece of culture that we actually need to come back. We had the incentives and the structure within PlayStation, like I said with the previous CEO of PlayStation. We already had the incentives to own our games, and now they're taking it from us. We need to take this within court. We need to battle PlayStation and take back what was ours. And actually, somebody brings up a real reason why they're actually doing this, and we actually talked about it not too long ago. But this old guy says it perfectly. Let me show you here. The real reason Sony's going all digital. It says it right here.
Look at Grand Theft Auto 5. This is, as of me recording this video today. On the PlayStation Store, it's $40. That's digital. If I go into Walmart, it's half that for a physical copy. Oh, but Brian, that's just one game. Okay, look at God of War Ragnarok on PlayStation. For digital, it's $70. For a game that came out almost 2 years ago. I can go into Walmart and get it on physical disc for $35. Another example, Elden Ring, one of the most popular games out there. $60 if I get it from the PlayStation Store as a digital download. Night Rain, it's $40. Walmart has Elden Ring as physical for $34. Night Rain is $20. All half the same, half the cost there. Want another example? How about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? $50 if you want the digital version from the PlayStation Store. Hit up Walmart, it's $20.
This is the last thing CNN ever wanted.
And that's pretty much because I got autoplay on. But that's pretty. It's
look at Grand Theft Auto.
That's their prime focus. Is they're trying to cut down the middleman. That person,
it's the middleman, and it empowers all of the publishers. Like I talked about this as well. I made a video on, digital shit like this, like in December 2024, and I gave examples as well. Like for example, I had one of you could pick up without it even being on sale, Deathloop for $15, and on the PlayStation Store it was $70. It's so common for you to have, even if you go to a store number 1, and the game is expensive, fuck it, go to store number 2, store number 3, store number 4. You're going to find it on sale somewhere, or when they're doing those sales where they're doing the outlet or whatever the fuck it's called, where they're trying to get rid of stock. It is what it is, and without it, you're tied to what the publisher said, and the publishers don't want to give you discounts because in their mindsets, their games do not devalue. Nope. Nintendo does this as well. You try to buy an old game from Nintendo, they charge you out the ass because in their mind, the game does not devalue.
No, the game does not devalue, and that's what the conversation that we're having here is that right now there is no store. There's only the PlayStation Store, which I'll be honest, after this whole thing happens in 2028, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to seeing PlayStation games, who's going to see your games? Nobody's gonna. Normal people are not gonna see it on the side of the street. Normal people are not gonna see it at Walmart. Normal people aren't gonna see it at like any game store because you deleted the game store. Normal people are going to look at other videos online instead of going straight to you. Normal people actually literally go outside and actually see certain things out there. There's a lot of advertisement out there. Of course, people use phones a lot. Yes, actually, that's very, very true. But the only thing that I see in their future that they're going to actually be able to sell is GTA 6. There is no sense of urgency with any other game from PlayStation other than this. This is why they're doing the whole exclusive on PlayStation, because if they did it on PC, well then Rockstar's going to be like, shit, well people have options if they're on PC. Let me show you something actually, because that actually raises up a thing, because when it comes to ownership, GOG, that's GOG.com, actually has really good ownership. If GOG shut down right now, I got to play each and every one of my GOG games. And so, applications, right now, this is my GOG thing right now. And boom, like these are the games that I got. I'm ham-fisting a whole bunch of games because they're on sale. I got all of Hitman, Risen, I'm playing Resident Evil, I'm playing Dino Crisis for the first time, and Obsidian making Alpha Protocol, I had no idea. That game's kind of interesting. But these games, I perpetually own. Now, here's the thing about this website. Like, on Steam, can you purchase every GTA game or every, like, Bully and all these Red Dead Redemption games on Steam? Yes. Why? It's because they're licenses. That's why. On GOG, they don't really give a fuck about DRM or like licenses. They want you to perpetually own it. Let me check up on here and see if I can purchase any GTA game on here. Any. None. There would be a price right here. There would be prices right here. Grand Theft Auto, no. Fives, Vice City. None of these games are available on GOG. Why? It's because people, they do not, Rockstar doesn't want you to own the shit. They do not. I can go on Steam right now, get Bully, I can get GTA, Vice City, I could get all these games, Red Dead, I could get all of them on Steam because they're licenses. But GOG, I'm pretty sure GOG has had a conversation with Rockstar saying, hey, you could bring your games over here, and Rockstar fucking hung up on them. That's the problem. That's the issue that we got, is that these individuals know exactly what they're doing. They want to have a monopoly on everything that you do, everything.
And they've shown that they don't really care about preservation of their old games either. They just only care about selling product. And when the trilogy remastered came out, they got rid of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. You can't buy them anymore.
And then they added a GTA Plus, which I didn't know about until last week. And you think that GTA Online is going to be like a fucking like free thing that they're going to give you, like GTA 5? Hell no, it's going to be a subscription. 100,000%. It's going to be. I'm going to be surprised if it's free. I'm going to be very surprised. I'm going to be like, I'm going to probably wig out if it was fucking free, because it's not. The GTA Plus, that graphics upgrade thing, it ain't a graphics upgrade. It's literally, you know what GTA Plus is? It's literally Fallout Anniversary, the upgraded edition. That's what it is. Where they fucking upgrade everything and you gain nothing but a bricked and corrupted fucking files. That's what it is. It's like, hey, we got an update for Fallout Bethesda Anniversary. Go check it out. You update your game, all your mods are fucking broken. You got corrupted files everywhere. But hey, you got 2 new store items available. Do you like Fallout, the new Netflix series or Amazon series? That's what you got. That's what you got with GTA Plus. It's all fake. It's all fake. Like, I am glad that we're having these sort of conversations. A lot of people are like, we can have conversations with Asmongold and all these people, but
yeah,
I think
but it's been really frustrating.
It's really
Every
frustrating.
day I go on Twitter, every day of the past couple of days, I log in and my top post is some retard trying to excuse PlayStation for doing what they're doing, or excusing the new guy, the thing I covered in the last video,
I know who you're talking
saying
about.
that, oh, you know, it's because Trump or whatever the fuck else. Like, we didn't
Yeah.
already been getting scammed for years.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, Trump.
And it's just so annoying. Like, why are people defending this shit? Don't you want to own your games? Why are you... Like, I saw today, the first thing I saw today when I went on Twitter was a retard saying, well, if you don't play PlayStation games for 3 years, you're not really playing video games anyway, so who cares if they, you know, delete your games? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What if I move? Because that's what I did. I used to be on Steam a long time ago, like over 10 years ago. I was on Steam. I had a little crappy computer, and I had some games, and then I got a console because I couldn't afford to upgrade my PC because every goddamn year the graphics got better. And now I returned to PC, and all my games are right here on Steam. Why can't we just have that with PlayStation? What if I can't afford fucking PlayStation 6?
I think
What if there's scalpers selling that son of a bitch for like
they are
$2,000?
raising prices on literally everything. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
It's normal to take a little bit of a detour, be away for a little while, then come back. Your game should be there. You bought them. But there's retards defending it. And that's what's so frustrating. It makes me wonder, am I even talking to people? Or is this a bunch of like fucking bots from India that are being programmed to do pro-corporate propaganda?
Yeah. I think there is one person that I know exactly who you're talking about on the whole subject on no more discs. Are you talking about what Reforged Gaming said?
No, I was talking about
Oh, Maximilian. Yeah, Maximilian, dude. Yeah, I was just like the funny thing is that literally Mr. Bowser said that the increase in prices had nothing to do with fucking tariffs.
It couldn't even be, because it was like almost at the exact same time. So unless Nintendo was literally just fucking in a meeting room listening to Trump talk, and then they were like, okay, he's going to do tariffs one of these days, let's make the price for 150.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they get all the marketing material to stores, all the shit, all the announcements? Like, it happened right at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It was obvious that it didn't impact it. Then later on, it is proven that it didn't impact it. But, you know, people want to believe what they want to believe, and they want to make it about politics. And it's just another example of our medium being co-opted by politics and people obsessed with them. We can't have discussions about, hey, I'd love to own my games, without some retard trying to talk about Trump.
Yeah, that would be great, because it's another one of those moments where if you encounter like some YouTuber that's either if you're a YouTuber on Twitch, that includes me, and he's telling you about politics, throw him the fuck out of the window. Okay, listen, they're gonna throw me out of Twitch sooner or later over the stuff that I say. So I'm not going to count as amongst one of them. They're going to find one moment that I said the F word, and they're going to be like, we found him. Get him out of here. But it's like, but the people up on Twitch, these people are walking fucking advertisements, man. Walking fucking advertisements. Like, a lot of the people, there are certain people that just don't talk about politics, like Coke Carnage and stuff like that, because he knows, like, he's like, hey, I got certain beliefs, and then these people got certain beliefs. There's certain people that do that, but there are certain people that come up on there, Hassan, that come up there, and they know what the fuck they're talking about, and then you're just like, it's like, listen, I work 2 jobs, I've worked around the government, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Whatever the fuck you're talking about makes no damn sense. You're up on here, surrounded. You got a awesome kick-ass gaming room with a gaming headset more than my paycheck. Okay? So don't come up to me. You and it's hard work for what Maximilian dude did. It's hard work, 100%. But it's not that hard, okay? All right, it's like, listen, we got people out here, you know, working on buildings, working around other people, working on, like, package delivery and that sort of thing. People that live and breathe these certain like market prices. People that work at the government, and then you got this one person that plays video games all day for a living. This motherfucker. So I see all these motherfuckers like on here going like, bro, I can't wait for this game. And then as soon as the game is available, they play the game. That's not what happens in my world. That never happens in my world. You want to know what happens in the real world with other real people that have to deal with these politics? They have to work, and they're like, well, I can't play the game today. I'll get home in like 2 days, and then I'll be able to play the game. I gotta go take care of the kids, but soon I'll be able to play the game. I'll be able to play the game. It's like, man, well, I can't watch your stream because I've been busy working on this fucking porch, and you know what, I'll watch a little bit of the game, but I don't want to be spoiled. These sort of individuals are the ones that focus on, like, you know, the certain politics and stuff like that. And then you get this individual like Maximilian, dude, that's just like, you know whose fault this is? Orange Man. And you're just like, nigga, shut the fuck up, okay? This is the. It's like, you want to tell me that you know all the moves of Ryu and Ken Masters, and you want to tell me, you know, which you know fighting game is better than which, and you want to tell me that like fucking 95% of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is actually completely justified? Fine, that's you. But when it comes to fucking economics and shit, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. 95%? 95%. Okay, alright. 95%. Jesus. There was, yo, he got flamed for that shit. And then what did he say? He was just like, bro, there's a lot of mean people on the internet. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, this website is great if you hate stuff.
Yeah, if you hate stuff.
Like, what do you mean? You said some really stupid things, and just what happens.
That's what happens. It's like, oh, but I'm sure that he left right after he said that.
Like,
I'm sure.
Which website is good if you love stuff?
Reddit.
I can only think of one. It's OnlyFans. There's no other fucking website where if somebody posts some retarded shit, you don't just go, hey, brother.
Nobody.
That's retarded.
Yeah, there's nobody out there saying like, yo, don't talk to this bitch. Her prices on subscriptions.
Even on fucking Wikipedia, people are beefing. Editing each other's shit and all that. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Nope, you can't really have an open conversation dialogue on subscription prices on OnlyFans. You can't really do that. You can't. He's like, oh, you want to talk about like, oh man, Reddit, man, it's a fucking cesspool. Blue Sky, man, bro, they're just fucking woke as fuck. I don't know what those guys are degenerates. OnlyFans. Anyway, Twitter is a bunch of mean people. I'm like, you just skipped Only. Hey, that's what OnlyFans is. Just a whole bunch of men going in, nut, and then leave. There ain't no conversations. You think there's a thread out going saying like, oh man, did you see her toes yesterday? There ain't no fucking conversation like that on OnlyFans. You think the one area that you think there's gonna be a circle jerk, there's no circle jerking. It's just dudes going in there, looking, fapping, leaving. They don't want to have conversations with other dudes on there. It's like, hey, bro, did you see her toes yesterday, bro? I got a hot deal. There ain't nothing like that. There's just a bunch of simps on there going like, hey, I'm different than those 1,000 guys out there. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. Let us talk. You bring up a good discussion too, because this individual, Reforge Gaming, this guy's a character. Let me see if I can capture the famous stuff that he's ever said. No. I like that guy. Let's see. No shit. Okay. All right. Let's
like,
bring this
I
up.
can get banned from a game like Destiny 2 when they went in and Steam banned me because they were, they were retaliating against me trying to expose them.
What?
And there's nothing I can do, right? They revoked my license. That wasn't...
That's still bullshit. That's also a bullshit thing. I strongly, and we need to have a discussion like that online when it comes to being banned and shit, where you can't just perpetually ban someone and you can't play Destiny 2 or any sort of fucking game. When it comes to doxing, we can have a discussion about banning. Like, this motherfucker's out here, doing phone numbers and addresses. We can have that. But if somebody's going like, shut up, bitch, get back in the kitchen and suck my dick, I'm not gonna ban this guy. Just mute him. This whole idea that it's like, oh, it makes sense if they could just ban you and you can't play the game that you paid for. No. We need to go back to these fucking licenses and fuck that shit up. Because that's how we got these fucking weird women in here in the first place. Is because they believe that words are violence. I can have a conversation about cheating on multiplayer games. I can have a conversation on doxing in multiplayer games. But I am not going to have a conversation about some guy saying that he's going to skull fuck you, okay? Just mute him. Or kill him in the game. Kill him in the game! Shut up!
That's how it used to be.
That's how it used to be.
Counter-Strike, right? It'd be playing Counter-Strike as a kid, and there's a bunch of assholes just talking shit all the time, and what you would do is, you look at them on the scoreboard, and then you keep playing the matches, and as soon as you get them killed, you just dunk on them on chat.
Yep. And you want to know the funny thing is? Have you ever run into a situation where a bunch of people are being assholes and then you try to be an asshole to the assholes and then the assholes report you? And then you're like, so it's just a battle of who's first? That's all this is. It's just a battle of who's first. And I'm just... We need to change the rules here. It's like, yeah, doxing, you gotta get fucked. It's like, I'm high level as fucking toxicity, but doxing is some other loser shit. It is. Cheating, we can have that discussion. Doxing, we can have that discussion. But if somebody's saying shut up, you're just a woman, bitch, whatever. I've already seen these women. Any woman that's in CSGO is a different breed of woman, okay? The CSGO chat, there's no rules in the CSGO chat. There's no rules against foul. I'm just kidding. There's no rules in the CSGO chat. But if there's a woman that's in CSGO, she's a different breed. I've heard some wild shit that someone said where a woman was getting lambasted at this one dude, and then she came out and said like, bro? She said, shut up before I fuck your dad and give him a son that he never had. And everybody was like, Jesus Christ. He left. I was like, yeah, probably a good idea to leave. I was like, my God. But what else do you got to say?
It doesn't have to matter to you for you to see this as a loss for the market. For pockets of the world to basically be like, oh, I guess I can't play that game then. And Risic gifts a single. I owe you guys a single over there on YouTube. I wait for 5 bombs on.
I know that this individual has just said that physical being gone is a good thing, but I can't find it. I'll find it later. I wish I could find it. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the stuff on the whole PlayStation thing. By the way, for anybody saying like, oh man, what's wrong with physical, being... They're going to raise the price on subscriptions on PlayStation Plus. Yeah. So, yeah. No, I'm not talking about the one that happened May 20th. I'm talking about they're going to do it again this year. So, yeah, buckle up. Oh, you got like 100 games in there? No, you don't. Not if I turn it off. Not if they could turn it off. They can turn that shit right off. But let's move over to Xbox. It's good that we're having this conversation. It's good. A lot of people are just. It's the derailers that I can't stand. It's the derailers that are just like, hold on, man. Actually, PlayStation is just fine. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. We have to talk about because
I haven't bought a physical game since 2006.
Just shut the fuck up.
This is gonna be crazy. I wish for ownership for people that purchase disc and digital. That's it. That's it.
What a hot take.
I know. It's crazy. I know. Let us bring up this crazy news up on Xbox.
What the fuck did Xbox do now?
I'll be honest. I kind of like Indian women now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna eat Indian food because that shit tears me up. But this Indian lady is fucking everybody that I hate within Xbox is going away. So, as of early of July 2026, Microsoft X is in the midst of a major reset under new Xbox CEO Asha Sharma, with significant layoff underway or starting imminently around July 6th or shortly after the fiscal year close on June 30th. Unlike PlayStation that holds most of their fucking developers, this Asha Sharma is just like, I need a little efficiency. How much efficiency? About this much. I need all these people to go. It's like Jesus. And stop me whenever. But this follows previous rounds, excluding for example, 2024, 2025 closures and thousands of cuts. Exact finalized details are still emerging, with many reports based on sources and negotiations. No exhaustive official full list exists yet, as outcomes include potential spin-offs, sales, rather than outright shutdowns in all cases. But here's the 2025 ones that we kind of know about. Initiative is closed. It is gone. Initiative was the people that made
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. Yeah, that shit with the big ass chin, that shit's not happening. By the way, that trailer, all fake. Not even real. I mean, we knew that, but just let people know. Everwild, gone. Rare doesn't make video games anymore. They made that fucking Sea of Thieves games, and that's all they know how to make. And they're gay. Layoffs at Turn 10 Studios, the Forza Motorsport people. The Forza Motorsport? Those people? God damn, how are they going to work on Cars and Fable at the same time? Wait, no. Wait, who's working on Fable? Is it Forza? No, Lionhead Studio. I know it's Lionhead Studios, but they brought in Forza Motorsports people to work on Fable. Like they were just regular developers that, oh yeah, I know video games, so I can make whatever the fuck I want, which is completely untrue. If you make a racing car game, you're going to know how to make racing car games. If you know how to make an RPG, you know how to make an RPG. I don't know why they treat like these developers like, oh, you work on this thing? That means you can do all of it. I don't know why they do that. I honestly don't know why. King, which is 200 jobs, 10%. ZeniMax, Teams, and others. Some unannounced projects wound down. Studios at high risk of layoffs, closures, or spin-offs current in 2026 wave. Reports consistently highlight these as under threat, often in negotiations to spin off or find buyers to avoid full shutdown. Up to 5+ studios could be impacted, with hundreds of jobs at stake. Compulsion! Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, which is a shame because I like We Happy Few, which is a great game. I recommend We Happy Few. South of Midnight. I don't know why they made the black lady use the power of cotton. I don't know why they did that. I honestly don't know why they did that. In negotiations, potential shutdown or spin-off. Double Fine, which worked on Psychonauts, which is kind of sad. In negotiations for spin-off to avoid closure. Ninja Theory, hell yeah. They keep on blowing up Hellblade like it's a fun game. It's a short fucking, like...
I think I bought it.
The first one was interesting. After that, I was just like, okay, all right, that's cool. All right, I could easily forget this game. And then they kept on going, and I'm like, what are you doing? What?
Yeah, yep. I bought it.
You bought it? Yep.
Yeah, I bought it on the Steam sale. I was thinking about buying it or dropping it for a long time. It was on the cart for a long time, and ultimately I decided to buy it and maybe make a video on it, on both of them, because I think it's related to what you were going to talk about right now. I don't see where the specialty is.
Her prime focus was a woman who was grieving over her dead husband and was holding her husband's head, on her belt buckle. And I thought that was kind of interesting. But after she finally moved past her husband, they kept on making more of her. And I was like, if you don't have the whole husband thing, then what are we doing now? So I'm just like, and
I
also...
always heard... Yeah, go ahead.
And here's another thing. These Hellblade games, every single one of them is just a whole bunch of voices in your head. This is not some sort of small instance of voices in your head. Each and every one of these Hellblade games is just like, it's like, oh my gosh, she sees beyond the sight. Beyond the sight. She's going to get killed. And I'm like, you can't do this the whole game. You can do it in small semblance of the game, but if you have each and every game where this bitch is going insane with voices in her head, I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm out, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on. They're going into the realm. I can understand that they're going into the realm of like Unreal, but it's just like now I don't.
There's some things you gotta be a little bit, put a cap on it.
You gotta be grunt. You can't. Like, they were trying to...
I'm perfectly fine with that. It's just... I'm trying to think of an equivalent.
They were trying to Hideo Kojima it. Where everybody thinks that they know what Hideo Kojima's doing, when in fact they don't. Oh shit, Hideo Kojima's doing some weird stuff. You know how it is, bro. You know how it is. And then he talks to his friend in the corner. I don't know what the fuck it is, bro. I don't know. It's all weird. It's all weird. You got a baby in your back pocket? What the fuck?
That shit was bizarre. With Hellblade, I think it's more concentrated, and I remember hearing a lot of good things about the first game. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, the first one was
But
fun.
then the second one was the one that confused me the most, because I had an Xbox Series S at the time, the small one. And I was perfectly, fine with getting a subscription to Game Pass and playing both the first Hellblade, because it was on PlayStation, and apparently it's one of those few games that got fucked during the backwards compatibility, so it doesn't work on PlayStation anymore. So I was perfectly fine with getting the subscription and playing both Hellblade games, but then I'm looking at the trailer and the footage, and I saw very little growth. Like, the graphics looked incredible, but you were still just running around in very linear places, and the voices, of course, are just, he's this, he's that, and
you remember the camera angle that was underneath her nose?
That is such a funny meme, dude.
I was just like, what are we doing? I was like, you're not gonna sell me at this. Like, the focal point on Hellblade 1 was really, tied to her, in her mind, and the whole thing with the grievance of her husband. But after that whole thing where she finally let go, then the developers were like, well, now she's a go-getter. And I'm like, what? It's like that. What are we focusing on? It's kind of like God of War, where they were just like, we need to take our mother's ashes over here. And then after that, they were just like, I need to get rid of my son. And I'm like, what? What? The second one was like, I need to get rid of my son and make him date a black chick. And I'm like, what are we doing? What is this? What is this? And then the next one is Arcane. Arcane, I feel so bad. Arcane, potential closer, Blade reportedly at risk of cancellation. How do you fuck up that shit, by the way?
This is the worst one, man. I fucking love this studio so much.
We pray.
Dishonored and Prey were so good.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they had other stuff too. I can't wait to play a game called Dark Messiah, Might and Magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's from them. I can't wait to try it out. It's an old one, but yeah, it's just sad because there's not a lot of people making immersive sims.
I'll be honest, I never played Prey. Never played Prey. I might try it if it's on sale right now. But definitely Arcane Studios. I played all of Dishonored, even the DLC. Really interesting game and story, and there was actually definitive choices within that game. Dishonored had fat ass choices, like big choices, and it affected the ending of your game, and I liked
the
that.
world state.
And then this fucking liar Phil Spencer wearing a Redfall shirt saying, "Oh yeah, they could make live service games," and I'm like, what a fucking lying piece of shit that Phil. I'm so glad he's gone, bro. Like, at least say what you want about the Indian bitch. At least she didn't lie about how much video games she played. Phil Spencer out here going like, yeah, bro, what we got for Phil Spencer is basically a gayer fucking Jeff Keighley. Oh yeah, High Guard, good game. Oh yeah, Redfall, good game. Where they at? It's fucking thought. That's what I fucking thought. And then the one that I'm super hyped about and laughed about, Undead Labs State of Decay 3 recently added to at-risk list despite recent showcase presence, potential closure, and sale. You did, please cancel Undead Labs, and my life is yours. Anything that these whores touch. The person I'm talking about is Zoe Quinn, chat. This is the whore that got a man killed, and well, hashtag me too really fucked up this individual and got himself killed. Fuck this bitch. She's a fat hog with a buttery face. She looks like an uglier fucking Alana Pierce. Fuck this bitch. Fuck her. Everybody fucking believed her. He's like, oh shit. Oh shit. So this lady said that you did something to her, and then he was like, no, I didn't. Well, I gotta believe her now. Who the fuck just said? I love my chat. Oh my god. But I've seen the gameplay on State of Decay. I'm gonna be honest. State of Decay 3 is literally State of Decay 2 with better graphics. That's it. They didn't change a goddamn thing. I think they may have changed the size of the map and also the size of the what's it called? The camps. The settlements, but the game is all around the same.
Something is deeply fucked.
Yeah.
Like, how do you take so long to make a simple ass game?
Exactly. You basically did the same thing, but just bigger. And every time, we're having this conversation a lot today, where every time that a game is taking too long, by the way, bloated, by the way, the longer you take on making a video game, the more money you spend. So we need to start firing more people, please.
Please, yeah. I mean, they got more people working there. They're taking longer to make the games. More money goes into them. They're still taking longer to make the fucking games. There's a serious problem that nobody wants to address.
And before somebody comes out and says to us, it's like, oh, you just want people to get fired. Yes! You're fucking me, and you think that I'm gonna have a kumbaya with you? Are you serious? You just want my money, and I'm not gonna give it lightly. I ain't gonna give y'all want to keep on raising the price, taking away our control. It is, of course, me versus you guys. Of course it is. I speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure Dez is in agreement. It's basically me versus you. It's like, you want my money, what the hell are you giving me? It's like, well, I'm giving you a $70 fucking game that took 8 years, and it's pretty much the same game as the previous game.
Now, I didn't used to feel that way years ago. I used to feel pretty positive at nearly every studio. It's just now there's this dynamic, as this us versus them dynamic, because of so many different things. It's not just the political aspect of it, it's also the greed. It's them always asking for more. But outside of that, I also just want people to get fired because it's just not fucking working. It's clearly hurting these companies. The gaming should be like this. You have a fucking small studio with a few dudes, and then that studio makes a game, and then that game sells a lot of copies.
If you're making a game any longer than
and you grow.
If you're making a game longer than 5 years, and you got a 150 to 200 billion fucking budget, and the game comes out and it's lukewarm, you're the problem. You're the fuck.
It is what it is. You got too many people.
Too many.
There's nothing makes sense anymore, because it used to be you had these small studios. They made a game. The game was good. The studio would grow, and then you would hear about, like, for example, I used to hear the first time that I heard, oh man, Bethesda, the developers of Skyrim, they had like 400 people working on that. And I was like, wow, goddamn, and it made sense. Like, you got a bunch of people making the game. The game's coming out. The last one was in 2006. Then you made one in 2008, Fallout 4. And then you did one in 2011. Shit is making sense. It looks like the studio growth is normal. Now you got a whole bunch of people. No games are coming out. And the same goes for Bethesda. Where the fuck is the next Fallout and the next Elder Scrolls?
Very true. I can't believe they fucking pulled that shit off too. That they would just come out and say like, "Oh man, 2018, get ready for Elder Scrolls," and here we are. Here it is, right here. Yeah. Both South of Midnight,
Fallout 76, and then you're going to wait 5 extra years for Starfield, and now you're going to wait like fucking 10 extra years for the next Elder Scrolls. And when you die, Fallout 5 comes out. Jesus Christ, bro. And the smaller studios is even more annoying. Like, I covered South of Midnight Studio in one of my videos. They had like they released We Happy Few, so that their first game was in 2013. Then they do We Happy Few in 2018. It released in 2016 in early access. Some people had access to it. Then 2018 they released the full one, and it was more ambitious.
Right.
We Happy Few was it's not like a normal game. It's got a lot of ambition built into it. You got several shit that you can do that is open.
Yep.
And then from 2018, their next game is South of Midnight in 2025, and it's just like a fucking Crash Bandicoot.
Don't forget
what are you doing?
Don't forget the same people that made We Happy Few are not the same people that made South of Midnight. They let them go. They took them out. I remember specifically that seeing a white man working on We Happy Few, and now it's just black ladies everywhere. I wonder why.
Basically, Compulsion, as it was, just isn't anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these
And people
fucking
get fired, and you're
Yeah.
supposed to feel sorry.
a lot of these developers like to, I mean, a lot of these like Xbox and PlayStation like to do this thing where it's just like, oh, we just need the name. We just need the name. We just need the name. Like, for instance, Marathon, like we can gut out all of Bungie and then throw in a whole bunch of new people, and then their next game comes out and going from the makers of Halo. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. You're not the same people. And they're going to be like, oh, yes, we are. We got that one guy. And that one guy looks tired as fuck. He got railed by this company. And it's always the same where they keep on fucking rinse and reuse the fucking random people.
Fucking Obsidian, from the creators of Fallout.
Yeah.
The Sawing Scrolls. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks a lot for this shitty RPG.
Both South of Midnight and Outer Worlds 2 Entertainment, released 2025, reportedly had combined development plus marketing budgets of around $100 million each.
Jesus fucking Christ.
South
you
of
could
Midnight.
fund 2 Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 games with that money.
That's a lot of Expedition 33s right there. That's a lot of... That's... So, you mean to tell me it's the person, not the... there is no official confirmed budgets from Microsoft, because they want to hide that shit. Compulsion or Obsidian. These are estimates based on industry reporting. Well, I'll believe it. But I believe money more than corporations. I'm sorry. If a corporation came out and said it cost $1 billion for South of Midnight, I still wouldn't believe them. I like people that deal in numbers. But these budgets have been a point of discussion. No shit. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do about Obsidian. Obsidian is one of those where, like the rumor, Perfect Dark Everwild, various unannounced projects, Marvel's Blade, Arcane, State of Decay 3 impacts possible. Please. It's like, are you wishing for our demise? Yes. Yes, I am. I'll cry when I say that. Yes. Somebody put it.
Dude, that's rude.
Somebody, I want to find that meme and fucking put it in my meme folder, where it's the one boy that's like praying at his bed. It's like, please fucking let Undead Labs get canceled. It would be so fucking hilarious. I want that meme. Because that bit, anybody, Anita Scarsazian working with fucking Devolver Digital.
What the fuck did you just say?
It doesn't matter. She's a. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's a Muslim. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's a foreigner.
Fuck, you gotta make her sound Italian, you know?
She's
like fucking Martin Scorsese.
I know. First my chat, now you. Listen, she married herself. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Okay, you're gonna laugh at me. You're not gonna laugh at her, or I'm gonna laugh at both. But I'm just gonna say Anita from now on. Anita, like, working with Devolver. I like how Devolver is just like, we're just like, are you fucking working with Anita? And they're like, yeah. And they're
so proud of it.
So fucking proud of it. And I'm just like, all right. I don't think they have room to be fucking up at Devolver, but
that
okay.
was exactly my reaction when I saw it. I was like, all right, well, good luck, you know?
Yeah, very, very true. Good luck. And the biggest one for me, I feel sad about Arcane, but I want Undead Labs to fail. That's the biggest one right there. Hellblade, it's going to happen. It sucks for Psychonauts because I like Psychonauts. I really do. But it's like fucking South of Midnight, bye. I honestly don't care. Obsidian is one of those where I'm just like, are they going to do it? I think they're going to do it.
It seems that they've been. It seems that they're safe for now, but it's very bizarre because earlier this year they put out a report about how fucked 2025 was for them. It was a Jason Schreier conversation. A whole article came out. They talked about how it was a tough year. You know the way that corporals speak when they want to say, dude, we are so fucked, but they can't say that, so it's nice and clean. That was the entire thing. I covered it in the video as well. I don't have the link, but the thing is on. I usually always put screenshots if you want to read the report.
Yeah.
As far as them being safe now, it's just something that I saw on Twitter, so I'm not sure entirely, but yeah.
Yeah. And Microsoft is reportedly deleting 6,000 employees for
Avowed 2
efficiency.
is a thing, by the way.
About what?
Avowed 2 is going to be a thing, apparently. Of all the shit that they could have thought about doing next, they go for Avowed 2.
Bro.
That was a report that popped up about a week or two ago. When I saw it, I was like, are you serious?
Why,
is this what you're going to go for instead of, like, I don't know, trying a new IP?
Kick out every single Obsidian person that's working on Avowed and keep the people that are working on Grounded 2. Just do that. The Grounded 2 is the most video game fun game I've ever fucking seen, and I can't wait for that game to come out in 1.0. Everything else. Have you seen the correlation between the two devs? The people that are working on Avowed's new like fucking updates are just like, yeah, so yeah, we got new things coming down the block. So yeah. And then the two white dudes working on Grounded 2 is like, bro, we got more bugs, bruh. Yeah, we got more bugs.
It's funny because when I saw that report that I just talked about right now, they talked about how 2025 was the year of Obsidian because, of course, they had 3 games coming out. Avowed, Outer Worlds, and, of course, they were working on the Grounded 2, right?
Yeah,
and so they're... It's funny because when they're talking about Avowed and the Outer Worlds 2, it's kind of like, oh, man, the numbers, man.
Yeah.
But when they were talking about Grounded 2, they were just talking about, so our biggest problem is just kind of like, how the fuck are we going to make bikes out of ants? Like, how are we going to do, like, with multiple, like, fucking legs? And so that was our problem.
Yeah.
With the other ones, they're like, oh, brother.
I'll be honest. If they make me ride a moth, I'll give another one to. I'll do a giveaway for chat. Yo. Okay, you can ride a spider. You can ride an ant. Make me ride a fucking moth and just fly around. Yo, let me ride a bee. I sound 5 years old. Let me ride a bee, and my life is yours. But definitely, like, bro, let me ride a wasp, and I'll be a piece of shit. Like, bro, nobody cares about bees anymore because they're like, oh, we need bees. But as soon as somebody sees a wasp, they're like, please leave me alone. It's like a butterfly. Somebody said a butterfly. Maybe. Yeah, that. I don't know. Does the butterfly have any abilities? Probably. You can fight a lightning bug, so why not a butterfly has like an ability? But that's the kind of fun that I'm talking about. And then I see the funny thing is, look at the art style of Grounded and look at the art style of Avowed. Every single character in Avowed looks like they were made out of fucking butter. Every single one of them. They're just fucking big ass everybody's got the Jim Carter lips, and they just like, and I'm like, who designed these characters? Who did this? Avowed 2. I can't believe that. Who? Do you think that they're going to make Avowed dark like they were supposed to?
I don't
in the
think
next one.
I don't think they have the ability to do that. I don't know, dude. It's when you play Avowed and then when you play the Outer Worlds 2, the Outer Worlds 2 is a little bit better because there's more systems in it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this aura in both of these games that is just very soy based.
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like they even know how to make dark games anymore.
Exactly. Like we're missing that old school because it's still
We're missing,
tied
I don't
to.
know, we're missing balls or something in there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly. Balls. Like honestly, like you like when you make certain characters, they have to. This is why is it
A little
that
bit of attitude. Like, I don't know. It's just-
why is it that we remember all the good games that had masculine values and feminine values are there, and they're just like, oh man, I like Mass Effect. Oh yeah, I like Skyrim. Oh, I like fucking Witcher 3. And I'm like, why don't you put Witcher 3 in your game? Nah, son, everybody gonna look like butter. And I'm like, why are you doing this, man? Every single time. He's like, oh, we're not Witcher 3 then. And I'm like, bro, every fucking cute ass white bitch cosplays as Ciri. And I'm just like, why don't you put somebody that looks attractive like Ciri in Avowed so the ladies can be like, oh yeah, I want to make a character like that, because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Women are liars. That's right. This whole idea that they care about personality, it's like a third in their list of, like, you know, priorities. Looks is the biggest one. And you got motherfuckers out here putting mushrooms in their face? Are you serious? You said, bro, the people are gonna love this, bro. You're gonna have a character, and that's why they added the option to not have that shit on your face, because they knew it was fucking stupid. And I'm like, then why did you?
For a minimalist one, like I did a thing, just the one that was the least noticeable, because it's just, and then it's like I understand that some people get frustrated at me and other people like yourself as well, because you see these things and you ask the question, who the fuck is this for? Who thought of this? And it's frustrating, because I don't want to be that guy who's like always complaining about the same shit, always being like, oh, fucking women in studios, bro, the women are ruining gaming.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, you got these fucking retards who think, okay, let's do a character who's special because they have godlike abilities, and and let's make that be visible through cosmetics. And then, of course, you have other video games that did this shit as well. You got Mass Effect, where you would get scars. You've got, like, Bound by Flame, where you could look fucked up. You got Fable, where you could look evil or like an angel, right? But these retards go for mushrooms. And it's like, who the fuck thinks of mushrooms? And why?
Yeah. It's and if you wanted to do that, there's a cool way of making characters. I know there's some certain people that like the whole mushroom aesthetic, but you have to make it look cool. You're not making it look cool. It's fucking disgusting.
Like, I don't know, think about Skyrim and Morrowind or something.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever the fuck that was.
Like, there are some pretty cool aesthetics in, like, Bloodborne and, like, Elden Ring, and they were able to make your character look aesthetically pleasing. But for some odd reason, they lost that. I have a feeling, no, it's not lost. I take it back. I think it's just a whole bunch of developers that are not as skilled as the ones that we used to have. That's why. And there's going to be always DEI initiatives where it's just like, oh, I totally forgot we're in Xbox. I totally forgot we're in Xbox. Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot. Yeah,
they got the quotas in there.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
That's what I was trying to say, because it's like, I don't want to be that guy saying these things.
Yeah.
But who thinks of this, and why is it so present in so many games?
If they get rid of Asha Sharma, has to. If she thinks about efficiency,
that's my
you got
problem with Asha. It's two problems. It's that one, she's not going to do any of this shit. She's going to fire a bunch of people, and yeah, they should get fired. But is she going to make the right calls afterwards? I don't think she is. And then number two, she's pushing towards this whole ownership thing, where it's like, video games are too expensive, consoles are too expensive, and so I think that the future is cloud. And it's like, no, bitch.
No, it's not.
The reason why video games
future
are
is good video
is because you are spending $100 million on retards who don't know how to make a video game. Then they come out and they fail and they fuck up your company.
Yeah, you're building your house of cards on assumptions.
If her studios look like Sandfall games, suddenly
Yeah.
Everybody can afford video games, and every studio can afford making them.
Yeah, like I look at Sandfall Studios, and even though they succeeded, I always worry about the after effects. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah,
it's
all
just
the
like,
people that they get to rub shoulders with. and all
yeah,
that
exactly.
shit.
Yeah, the whole thing. Because I saw a picture where they were hanging out with Anita Skarsgård. So I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Guys, thanks so much for being here today. That is the show. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Dez. Give him some applause. Yeah, Avowed is a fantasy world. Starfield, Motley, humans in space. They should, but I don't think they did. PoE did only Aora. I care about. That's the one that we actually care about, is Pillars of Eternity. And actually, the characters and the way they're designed in that sort of CRPG are actually more pleasing than what we've been seeing lately. And that game barely has any good graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like, the older games are more aesthetically pleasing, especially with mods. Shout out to Mass Effect. Thank you. Speaking of Mass Effect. Anyway. Mass Erect. Bro, the mods that... Bro, you have not seen my Mass Effect 2 run. I'm not finished. I need to come...
I popped up once, and you had... I don't know what the fuck was going on, but whatever was on screen had a massive wreck.
Yo, there's my favorite girl, Tally. Wait a minute. wait a minute. What's going on here? I'm waiting for somebody in chat to be like, if you're going to do this for the ladies, do it for Garrus. And I'm going to be like, fine. Fine. Garrus going to get some big old titties. But thanks so much for joining me, guys. This has been another hardcore raid. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Des, for being here, dude.
No problem.
On such short notice, too.
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely. This whole thing with PlayStation, it's I hope that we stay loud on this subject, because it does need to be heard when it comes to...
They're trying to take a little vacation from social media.
Yeah.
I hear it.
I heard that. That's not how... Oh, yeah, time is definitely going to be on your side, because you just have to wait, right? You just have to wait, and then everybody will be accepting.
That's what I miss about the old days, dude. We would make so much fucking noise. These companies would be like, "Oh fuck, okay,
Yeah.
I'll remove the microtransactions from the orcs."
Bro.
Jesus.
Bro, we were...
But now how is it? Let's say you have the same situation with Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War. Somebody goes online and they go, "Hey man, this is retarded. Nobody wants microtransactions and orcs." And some retard goes, "Well, if you don't like it, just don't buy it. The company has to make money. They have the choice." Shut up, bitch.
They designed a lot of these motherfuckers were built like cattle, and they just can't see the forest from the trees, and that's just how they're built. I'm talking about you, Maximilian, dude. Fuck you. And it's just it's a shame, but we'll get there. It took me some time to be like, what the hell's going on? And it's just like it's a shame, because this is our culture, and this is something that we absolutely love, and we're not going anywhere. This is not some sort of, oh, we could just stop playing video games. Nah, you leave, bitch. Fuck you. You leave. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of like Xbox and a lot of these people would love another COVID, so we can just be locked up in our room and buy everything digitally. They would love another COVID, hands down. And
that's what money.
And that's the thing. Like I
got them spending so much money on these studios, and then they didn't go back.
I think the biggest pang that I had in my heart on video games, and I didn't quite understand it then, but it was E3 being dissolved, and that was it. Like, E3 was the competitive, and I don't really care about people liking. He's like, oh yeah, we're placing we're better than Xbox. I don't mind people having those sort of conversations. Having a console war, that's fine. It's a little bit competitive. The conversation might be stupid, but It is what it is. Nobody's getting hurt over it. But the thing was, it wasn't the players that were an issue. It was the issue of togetherness that they hated. And that's what Xbox and PlayStation have been trying to get rid of. They do not want to be around competition. They want the Xbox to just be around Xbox people. And yeah, you come over here. Now it's turned into this moment where it's like, okay, just be in my store. Okay? First it was just be at our events. Just be completely at our events on PlayStation. And now it's just be at our store and nowhere else. Okay? I need you to be in... They're designing cages that are becoming shorter and shorter. And people are starting to notice that. And people need to speak up. Especially you, chat. Speak up. Anyway, guys, I will leave it at that. I want to play some video games. I will see you guys later. I can't believe Alpha Protocol was made by Obsidian. That game is so fucking based. And now we're here in Game Mushroom Land. Fuck. Obsidian. God damn. That's crazy. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye, guys.